Hi friends, welcome back to another week's What's for Dinner. I just want to let you know that I really do appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel and leaving likes and comments on my videos. It really does mean the world to me. I'm also open to any video ideas, so go and leave those in the comments down below if there's something specific you'd like to see. I hope you all had a great Easter and are enjoying your time at home, being safe, and with your families. These next recipes are so good. You have to try the pulled pork and the apple slaw. It was amazing, as well as the chicken hero. If you like fresh foods, you're gonna really enjoy that. Let me know what you think down below. So let's get started, guys. This first meal is pulled pork sliders with apple coleslaw. I'm going to start off by putting this 2-pound boneless pork shoulder in my crock pot on low for 7 hours. My roast is already flavored, but if you would like to flavor your meat, go ahead and rub it down with some salt, cumin, brown sugar, onion powder, and chili powder. Once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and shred that with 2 forks. Now I'm going to be adding in some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce to taste. I would say it's around a cup's worth of barbecue sauce. Just go ahead and mix that all into your meat. And I can't remember if I used a little bit of the liquid from the crock pot to add some moisture back to the meat, but if you need it, then go ahead and add some to your liking. I went ahead and removed the remaining liquid from the crock pot and put the pulled pork in there to stay warm until ready to serve. I had this Pioneer Woman sweet potato casserole in my freezer that I needed to use up, so I thought that would complement this meal pretty well, so I just threw that in the oven really quick. For the apple slaw, I am just roughly chopping 1 peeled Gala apple. Then to a bowl, I am adding about 3/4 of this bag of coleslaw. Feel free to use the whole bag, I just didn't need that much. Then to that, I'm going to add in the chopped apple, a few spoons of mayonnaise. I'm making this just to taste, so I don't have exact measurements. Then I'm going to add in a couple pinches of salt and pepper, and around 1 to 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice, and 1 tablespoon of sugar, and just go ahead and mix that all up. Here is just what that casserole looks like out of the oven. I'm going to be serving the pork and coleslaw on these Hawaiian rolls, but you can use any buns that you would like. These sliders were so amazing. They had so much flavor. They were like sweet, but not like too sweet, which is what I prefer. The barbecue sauce wasn't very overpowering, and that apple slaw just really complemented the meat very well. But the casserole, we didn't really care for. It was just okay, and we won't be having that again. But we do hope that you enjoy those sliders. They're super good. The recipe is Greek chicken hero and Lebanese rice. Starting off with 2 cups of long grain white rice that I've rinsed, and I've also put that in water to soak for a little bit, maybe like up to 20 minutes, 5 to 20 minutes, whatever time frame you have. Now to a hot pan, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And once the oil gets hot over medium heat, I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup of vermicelli pasta. You're just going to add that to your oil, give it a stir to coat it with the oil, and you're going to brown that. And you're going to make sure to not walk away because it will burn very quickly. So just go ahead and stir that around every so often, making sure to brown it to like a nice golden brown color without burning it. While that was browning, I just went ahead and drained my white rice, and I'm going to go ahead and add that in now. Now just go ahead and stir the rice and the vermicelli together, and you're gonna go ahead and add your water. And I'm adding bouillon to my water because I like a little extra flavor, but the water amount you will use is going to be a 2:1 ratio, just like regular rice to water. So 4 cups of water for my 2 cups of rice. And I'm also going to be adding in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and giving that a quick stir to incorporate it. Then I'm going to place my lid on my pan once it has come to a boil, and I'm going to reduce the heat to low and simmer that for about 15 minutes. Once the rice is cooked, just go ahead and remove that from the heat and let it rest for 5 minutes. Next, I'm going to be taking about 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast, and I'm going to cut that up into bite-sized pieces. To my bowl of chicken, I am going to be adding in a 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper and a teaspoon of salt, as well as 1 tablespoon of dried oregano. I was running out, so mine's not a full tablespoon. Then I'm going to add in some lemon juice, and this is 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I also didn't have fresh lemons. And then I'm going to add in a couple cloves of garlic. I like extra garlic, so I'm pretty sure I added 2 to 3. Then I went ahead and mixed that all together, and I did forget to add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, but you will see me add it in next here. Just go ahead and add in your 2 tablespoons of that and mix it together. Next, I went ahead and put my pan to heat over medium-high heat, and once that was hot, I went ahead and added my chicken in to an even layer across the pan. I'm going to go ahead and let that cook for about 6 to 8 minutes until your chicken is done, and I flipped it halfway through to get both sides. You could stir it around. I sometimes stir it around, and then the pieces that look like they're still not getting cooked on one side, I'll kind of take tongs and flip them over. Next, I'm going to be making a cucumber and tomato salad. So I'm just taking a 1/2 cucumber here, and I've peeled it. I'm just going to go ahead and slice that up so I can dice it up into some bite-sized pieces. I'm also dicing up part of a Roma tomato that I had. Normally I would add a whole one, or maybe even 1.5 to 2, but it's all I had on hand. And I'm going to add a couple pinches of salt to that, as well as a couple pinches of pepper. And I also decided to add in a little bit of this dried mint that I have. Then I'm going to add in maybe about a teaspoon of this balsamic vinegar, and just go ahead and give that a good stir. I wanted some additional vegetables to add to this, so I'm just cutting up some of this red leafy lettuce that I had. I'm going to be using these pop-up pitas that we get from Sam's Club. These are my favorite. They are super soft. I warmed my pita bread up, and I'm just adding some garlic hummus to that. I did end up wanting more, so later on I did add some extra hummus. If you like hummus, I would recommend adding a whole layer across the whole pita bread. Then I'm just going to go ahead and place that chicken and some of the lettuce, as well as the cucumber salad. And then of course I had to have some crumbled feta on top of all of that. This is one of those meals I swear I could eat like every day. I love things with vegetables and fresh flavors. It just feels really light, and it just makes me feel better. So we really enjoyed this, ate that for a couple days, and definitely going to be something we eat all the time. This last recipe is super easy tostadas and some Mexican soba shells. I'm starting off by dicing up maybe about half of a small yellow onion. It's definitely not necessary to add onion. I've had it without it, but I do like the additional flavor that it adds to this dish. I'm going to be using these small pasta shells. Normally I would use this brand of the shells, but I didn't have any. That's a 7-ounce bag that I would normally use, but the box is 16 ounces, so I just split that in half, which comes out to 8 ounces that I am using here. And I'm just going to add that to my hot oil. I believe I used about 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. You're going to want to stir the shells around every so often so that you can brown all of the shells. You're going to get them that nice golden color like the vermicelli from the previous recipe. And once they are all starting to get golden brown, you're going to go ahead and add in your onion and saute that while the shells finish browning. I also added in a couple cloves of garlic, and I'm going to add in 2 cups in total of water with 1 bouillon cube in that, as well as 1 can of tomato sauce that is 8 ounces. Then just go ahead and stir that together, and once it comes to a boil, you're going to go ahead and place your lid on top, reduce your heat to low, and you're going to cook that for 15 minutes. And once it's done, do not uncover it, let it rest for 10 minutes. I'm just getting some toppings together like lettuce, tomato, and avocado, and I had already sliced this avocado, but I thought I would show you how I do this. So I slice it while it's still in the skin so that I can just use a spoon later to pull it all out and it's already sliced. Once you've let your shells rest for 10 minutes covered, you can go ahead and give that a stir, and I'm also pulling out those whole cloves of garlic. For these tostadas, I'm just using canned refried beans. You are more than welcome to make your own beans and fry them up yourself however you'd like. I just have these on hand and I'm going to use them up. So I just go ahead and break those up with my spoon, and I continue to stir them. As they warm up, they will soften up, but I will be adding a little bit of milk here just to make them a little more smooth and creamy and spreadable for the tostadas. I'm just going to be using these already made tostada shells here, and I'm going to spread a layer of the refried beans on top. And next you will see me add a small dollop of mayonnaise to it. Do not judge me, it is how my family has always eaten it, and I really like it that way. You do not have to do it that way, but if you try it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next, I'm just adding in some of these yummy toppings that I have here. Go and add whatever you would like. Here you will see how easy it is to just use a spoon and scoop out the avocado, and it's already all sliced up. So I can just go ahead and just pull those pieces apart and place them right on top. This is such a super easy and delicious recipe. I bet if you try it, you will not be disappointed. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future What's for Dinner videos. I would love if you would join my YouTube family. I hope you all have a great week.